Welcome back here on SportsLine. The OVC Tournament down here in Nashville next week. Murray State already the regular season champions in the OVC. They're a perfect 14-0 in the regular season, 24-4 overall. They'll be the top seed, already the double bye till Friday night next week at Municipal Auditorium. We're joined now by the head coach of the Racers, Steve Prohm. Steve, thanks for joining us. I joked with you the other night that you've won 22 games in a row as a fourth-year head coach. I think you're the only guy in history who's ever done that and it not be the longest winning streak of his career. You got it rolling up there, my friend.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for having me on tonight, Steve. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we've been fortunate. Been able to coach some really, really good players. My first year, we had a terrific streak of 23 games. A little bit different because we started it at the beginning of the year. And because of that, we were the last undefeated team in the country, and it caught a lot of media attention. This year, for the majority of the streak, it's kind of snuck up on people into the last couple of weeks to where now, outside of Kentucky, we have the longest streak in the country. And so proud of our guys for the resiliency, though, they've shown, especially with the struggle we had in November.
People will remember that team from a few years ago because of a guy named Isaiah Cannon. You had several seniors on that team that helped you get in and win a game in the NCAA Tournament. You kind of reloaded last year to have a new group. There were some struggles early on last year, but since December of 2014, you guys are now 45-10. What has clicked with this group that has made them so good?
Well, I think we just got our chemistry, up to par, up to where it needs to be. Chemistry is such an important thing. When we after the Belmont loss in 2013, I'm still recovering from that game, by the way. But after that game, we lost 6 seniors off that team, and so nobody really thought much of our team last year. And we were able to sign a good recruiting class. We were able to have a couple kids that year sitting out. We started off slow. TJ Sapp, who's an instrumental part of our team right now, was sitting out the first semester, transferred from Clemson. We had some couple of junior college post guys we signed, and we had a point guard in Zay Jackson that was supposed to be our starting point guard. Well, he ends up tearing his ACL and ends up transferring, and then Campaign's thrown into the spotlight, and he did an unbelievable job of handling that. But after starting 2-5, I think we finished 21-6, and we started a little slow this year. But to be 45-10, I looked at that the other day. I'm really proud of these guys for where they got the program.
You mentioned Campaign. He is, in my mind, the best point guard in the country that not enough people have heard of. Just how special is he in the way he leads your team?
Yeah, I think he's one of the elite guards in the country. I think he's one of the top 5, point guards in the country. I was really disappointed that he didn't. I thought it was a disservice, really, that he didn't get nominated for one of the Bob Cousy Award finalists, and I've talked about that several times for the last couple of days. But he's the 5th most efficient offensive player in the country statistically. He leads us in scoring, but he also leads us in assists with almost 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. And he's just got such a great IQ for the game. And, you have to do things a little bit different at Murray. It's a small college town where you really have to invest in your community, with the families, with the fans, with the children. And he does an amazing job on and off the floor. And I wouldn't trade him for anybody in the country. There's not a person I would trade head up for him.
A lot of people are starting to take notice of Campaign, but it's not just him in your starting lineup. You've got a trio of seniors in Jonathan Farrell, TJ Sapp, Jarvis Williams. Their success at home has been unparalleled over the last few years. You've got senior night coming up on Thursday night against Eastern Illinois. How important is it to send those guys out the right way at the bank?
Well, the biggest thing we've talked about, and these 3 seniors, they're just 2-year guys, but once you're invested here in our program, you're invested. And if they can win tomorrow night, I think they'll finish their home record 31-2, which is a terrific feat in itself. They'll go to 46-10, and they'll put themselves, up in the, echelon with the 2012 team, tying them for 23 games, the longest winning streak, not only at our school but also within our conference. And then it sets up for Saturday to where we have a chance to be one of only 5 teams to ever go undefeated in conference play in the Ohio Valley Conference. And so we've got two really good opponents in front of us, but it'd be great to send those guys out the right way on senior night because of what they've meant to me, what they've meant to our community and our program over the last couple of years.
You just mentioned that stat, the chance to be the 5th team ever in 67 years of OVC basketball to go unbeaten in league play. A lot of coaches, Steve, don't want to talk unbeaten records with their team, but here you are with 2 games left, final week. Is that something that you put out in front of them now?
Yeah, we've talked about it. We talked about it at the beginning of the week, and that was it. And we moved on, and now our focus is trying to beat Eastern Illinois. But sometimes, a lot of times, we do get good coverage with our media and our local media, and a lot of the questions are, well, now you've wrapped up the regular season. Are you just kind of resting your guys or waiting for the tournament or nothing to play for? Well, we've got a ton to play for. We've got to keep winning games because winning games helps your seeding if we are fortunate to get into the NCAA tournament. But we also have a chance to set to break 2 tremendous records of a 23-game winning streak and to be one of only 5 teams. So I let them know what was at stake or what's on the table this week, and now our focus is now just simply on beating Eastern Illinois and sending these seniors out Thursday the right way.
Steve Prohm, Murray State basketball coach, joining us. Steve, you guys are knocking on the door of the top 25 pools. That doesn't mean anything. You want to be in the NCAA tournament. That's the number one and really only goal for you at this point. But is there something nice about actually cracking that top 25 and seeing Murray State on the bottom line on the tickers over the weekend?
No question about it. That'd be amazing for not just us, but it'd be great for our league. The one thing that I think we have to do all as coaches is we have to really do a great job selling our league and selling our conference because we are fighting to get out of the one-bid league stigma. Who wants to really go play Rick Byrd and Belmont? Who wants to go play Eastern Kentucky and Jeff Neubauer and those guys? And I can go down the line. And so if we were able to, finish this week off strong, we've got Eastern Illinois, but then we go to play a really good Tennessee Martin team. Coach Sawyer's done an amazing job there, as well as Coach Schoonhauer. But if we can finish this week off the right way, I think it'll put us on the cusp of being on the top 25. And that's huge for us. It's huge for our program. But it's huge for our league to say, hey, there's another Ohio Valley Conference. For the second time in the last 4 years, they've got a team ranked.
You've already locked up the number 1 seed next week down here for the OVC Tournament. You are going to be a heavy favorite based off of what you've done in the regular season. How do you think your team is equipped to handle that pressure going in what otherwise has been a wide-open league year?
I think they're ready. I think that did us a little bit last year. I don't think I did a great job in the Eastern Kentucky game. I don't think our players did either. For the most part, in the second half we did. We made some adjustments and put ourselves in a position to win the game. But Eastern Kentucky, that was their year, and they did a great job. But I think we've been in situations at TiVo this year, home against Eastern Kentucky. The Martin game was tight. We've had some games over the last couple weeks. Tournament-type atmosphere, tournament-type games, where I think our guys will be ready for whoever we play. When you get into semifinals, though, of a conference tournament, you're going to play somebody that's very, very good, whether it's Belmont, EKU, Martin, Moorhead, Eastern Illinois, SEMO. You're going to play a very good basketball team. We understand that. We're aware of that, and we'll be ready. And my biggest thing, as I told our guys the other day, is we just have to have a fear not mentality and continue to have great faith in what we're doing, and good things will happen for us.
Steve, it's a fun time of year. Music City Madness is always great entertainment. Good luck the rest of this week in the regular season, trying to close it out unbeaten, and we'll see you down here in Nashville next weekend.
All right, thanks so mumuch. I really appreciate you having me on and following us.
You got it. Thanks, buddy. Steve Prohm, the great head coach up at Murray State. The Racers 24-4, 14-0 in the OVC, trying to cap off a perfect regular season, just become the 5th team to do that in OVC history. Time to take a break. We will be back with my sit-down with Eddie George right after this.